Music is kind of dead. I'm not gonna lie. Music low-key is dead. For one reason, bro. I haven't really found myself able to listen to a lot of like rap music, no, nothing like that. Like rap has been dead for a good little bit. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing keeping rap alive for me right now is Big X the Plug. That's it. That's literally it. Like anybody else, like I haven't found no new rap that I listen to enough. Actually, I take that back. So Super on TikTok. He I know that he's outside of TikTok, but I know that a lot of people would. All right, damn. It's like that. Mid oh God. Niggas just clip me mid thing. That's fucked up. But yeah, So Super and Big X the Plug is the only ones keeping rap alive for me. I can't think enough. Chris Brown keeps R&B alive for me, but outside of that, I don't really listen to much else other than like funk music. That's it. Like that's it. Tyler, yeah, that's suggestive for you. You know what I'm saying? Like even whenever Lil Uzi drop every now and then, he revive it a little bit to me because I like a little bit of Lil Uzi music, but not all. But it's like if he got a little bit of, you know, some on there, like whenever he dropped Eternal Take or something like that, way back when, maybe like what, 2019, 2018, some shit like that, maybe 2020, around there. That shit was actually like that shit actually, you know, took the world by storm. And whenever that nigga say he about to release, everybody actually be looking forward to that shit because that nigga released like once every blue moon or once every few years. But anyways, I only fuck with some Uzi. I can't even say that I listen to Uzi like that. Like even at that, I listen to Uzi like way probably back in like whenever Neon Guts and shit like that came out like way forever ago. I can't even say I listen to new Uzi like that. But he do be having some bangers that come out. I'm not gonna lie. There'll be some of them like even if you don't fuck with them, there's still some of them songs that really do be hitting. And especially whenever niggas be making the damn edits and shit to basketball players, frying nigga shit, it goes that much harder. But that's only some of his songs. I'm not gonna say all. But let's get into it.
Music has been the pillar that's held up society and human connection for centuries. If I couldn't wake up and listen to my
Wait. I couldn't hear nothing.
old Kanye tracks at the gym, or MJ tracks, and in my head think I'm sounding like him, but I sound completely nothing like him, then I probably wouldn't be as productive in my days. And from the 2000s to 2010s, every year felt like we had a certain music era going on. It felt special, like you could point out what genre was popping and what the media was focusing on. Now we probably have the most music ever recorded in human history, so you would think it'd feel way more special. But if anything, it's the opposite now. And a lot of people have been talking about it this year.
Hold on. I never met that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That 2014 to about 2018, maybe into 2017 was like peak music right about then. I'm not gonna lie. I was about peak. Oh my God. Bro, look at this. I don't want to read that. Don't want to read that. Get that shit off my screen. Look at all of that. Look. Look at all this damn typing. This nigga just... And you use a chat GP. I don't even want to continue to take no more, bro. What the hell is wrong with you, bro? I'm not reading that.
year. It's felt like it's only gotten worse every year. One genre that's probably facing its worst fall off ever is rap. And to me, since rap is the type of music I listen to the most, I feel very much qualified to talk about this. Anyone who was there for the prime SoundCloud rapper time from 2016 to 2020 already knows how much is diminished. In a weird way, it was actually a community back then. The wave at that time seems unreal compared to now, because I swear every week you'd have a brand new rapper pop up with a #1 song. Then you'd have the Lyrical Lemonade video to go with it. We was eating good in that time. This isn't even counting the big 3 era of rap before this wave with Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole running things. But they were also still dropping as well in that time, so you always had something going on.
You already knew it was about to be a good summer whenever they dropped.
The hype would never slow. Also adding the fact that rappers basically determine how people would wear fits. And to this day, it's still kind of like that, but I would say it's dropped off way more. The whole Hypebeast era where every kid was begging their parents for a Supreme hoodie and skinny ripped jeans came from people like Juice WRLD and Lil Uzi.
I'm not gonna lie, this little Hypebeast era that used to go on and all that shit, I always did want a Supreme hoodie, but I wanted like one of the simple ones and junk like that. I didn't want like one that he's wearing right now. Like the one that he's wearing, that's cool for him. I knew a couple people that did have that shit because they did have rich ass parents. Nigga, whenever I was looking at that shit, whenever I was little and I was looking them up, this hoodie right here was like 10 bands for a real one, but a lot of people was wearing the fake ones. But I was like, my nigga, 10 bands? What year did you say music was peak music? I said 2014 to like end of 2017 to 2018, around there. That was peak music. Really peak rap and peak R&B. That was peak music for me right there. For me, it was 2014 to about 2017, 2018-ish, maybe early 2018. 2018 is right whenever they hit that damn, they start leaning more into that mumble rap type shit. But even at that, there was still some songs from 2014 that was like that, but it was only a few of them shits. But they would make it, that was when, in 2014, that's where you had a lot of the one-hit wonders. Like, they still made that, only that one song, and you haven't seen them niggas since. But they made a bag off that bitch, though. They made a bag off that song and dipped. They gone. Went on tour maybe 4 or 5 times, and you ain't seen them niggas since. You don't even hear those songs no more. I'm 24, no, that's fucked up. That's Tyler Eric. The fucked up Tyler Eric. Nah, bruh.
One of the main reasons rap is getting burnt into the ashes now is that everyone is scared to be different. Back then, when you heard a certain rapper, you could immediately point out their sound and style, or even the way they rapped was unique. It would always be something changed with it. But now it's watered down for artists to try to sound like Cardi with maybe their own slight tweak. You could show me 5 new underground rappers that came out this year. Probably name some dumb shit too, like Triple Table 249 or Caramel Latte 2X. And I would not be able to point out who is what on each track. A lot of people say this is due to the access of certain music equipment being easier, so a lot of artists and people are using the same type of audio settings. If you look on TikTok, you can immediately tell that's what's going on too.
That is low-key true. I'm not going to. I know I keep on pausing. My bad. Juice, Trippy, Red, X, Ski Mask era was all peak for me. Nigga, that was my era. What are you talking about? Stop pausing. Nigga, shut up. This is my video. Anyways, I was more of an X fan to begin with. Like, X and Ski Mask, those were the people that I listened to the most. Like, even if I go back through all my SoundCloud history right now, those probably the 2 people that would play back the most on the shit. Like, I probably got the most of their songs on there. But it's like, not everybody liked that nigga back then. And then whenever he released, I think it was the album whenever his hair was blue. I think it was a song called Sad or some shit like that. That's whenever everybody started actually flowing in and trying to act like they knew him and shit like that. Like, it's, my thing is, me being a person that listened to him, it's not, I don't really care too much about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it'd be more per se, like, whenever people play newer song and then try to act like they know more about said artist than you do. Even though you've been listening to this person for the longest and they only start listening to him whenever they blowing up and all that. But you was listening to him way back when. But it's not like I'm like set tripping with it, nothing like that. But it's also like, bro, you don't know certain songs. Like I could show you a whole bunch of songs by this nigga you probably never heard. And you wouldn't think it's the same person because on how much X changed in his music. Like if you listen to the beginning of this nigga's music and all the way up until when he passed, those are two different niggas. Two completely different niggas. Those are not the same people. You know what I'm saying? But it's like only a few people will catch that. You know what I'm saying?
Before someone says, oh, well, Tom, you don't do music. Yes, I know I don't do music. I understand it can be hard to make a certain sound or produce a beat. That's what makes it unique, though. Like, before modern music equipment and beat makers,
the fuck is that
these
on the
artists
screen?
and producers had so much creativity because you had to be different and it took more skill. A lot of skilled artists know this and even...
90s to 2000 rap was peak, nigga. We wasn't even born then, nigga. I'm talking about music eras that you was actually born and actually was fully able to comprehend what was being said to where you could say you like said music and all that. Nigga, 90s and 2000s, those are automatically going to be good if you had parents that played that music all through then. I'm talking about the music that you grew up with, like your childhood music, the niggas that was on the radio whenever you was a kid or a teenager, shit like that. Oh, you don't even know my mom? Nigga, I don't need to know your moms. Whenever it come down to your parents and all this shit, if you don't know certain songs and all that, my nigga, your parents probably didn't do right. You know what I'm saying? But what you know in 90s, 80s, or early 2000s and all that, that comes from your moms and your pops. That's it. That's not your music. That's their music from their time. Those are different.
Stick with old musical equipment like Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars has been in the top.
Like Bruno Mars will be our era. You know what I'm saying?
He can always release a song and that gonna go crazy because he mixes old music equipment with new tech and it sounds good. It's a unique type of sound that other artists don't have, and that's
Tyler the Creator will be your era.
Rappers now,
you know what I'm
don't
saying?
Have the skills to do that or don't care to learn. There's a reason why someone like Kanye is so timeless because he's mastered that craft and can transition between generations. And past 2020, that's probably the reason why male rappers started to fall off, but female rappers started to trend because at least they were more unique with it. But there ended up being one problem. When it started between generations. And past 2020, that's probably the reason why male rappers started to fall off, but female rappers started to trend because at least they were more unique with it. But there ended up being one problem. Women started getting tired of hearing every rapper talking about throwing it back and rapping about cooch. Also, the biggest female rapper who basically put it on is now completely coked out and crazy. So that era dwindled by pretty quickly. And is now completely.
What the fuck?
Throwing it back and rapping about cooch. Also, the biggest female rapper.
Oh, hell no. They got Cardi B too? Or is that somebody else?
Who basically.
That's Cardi B.
Put it on is now completely coked out and crazy. So that era dwindled by pretty quickly, and now we're at a stalemate. As of 2026 so far, you don't really have a new rapper that's popping up and taking the year by storm. The last rapper I truly remember popping off in the mainstream was probably Ice Spice, and that was 2023 and 2024. Also, people are now realizing they don't really care to go to rap art shows. Most of the time it's overpriced as a lot of these rappers can barely get through half the performance without either passing out from all the lean they're having, or crashing out and fighting someone in the crowd and then leaving halfway through. With other artists like pop artists, at least they try to give you a good show with visuals and stage performers. But moving on from rap music to music in general, something that's slowly ruining it is AI. Last year already, AI artists ended up being 10% of all music creators. Keep in mind that AI artists only started becoming a thing in the mainstream last year, so that That's some scary numbers. In a span of 1 year, they took over 10% of total human music creators. Imagine 20 or 30 years. And you may be thinking, I don't listen to it and would never, so I'm good. Well, you might want to double check because you might have...
And I swear, when females are direction. I mean, hey, though, they be out there throwing them booty meats out on the screen, you know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta admit, though, sometimes it do be looking good. Sometimes, you know, is that performance worth now? But hey, sometimes, you know, like, I mean, that's what she looked like right there. That's what she looked like. In that particular instance, it looked like her. But it was probably because of the heavy filtering for me that I mistake that. Does it look? JJ loves boo. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! You need to get the booty that you can stand on. I want to see the jiggle in the wind. I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? The flow in the wind, the left to right ratio. You know what I'm saying? Both handfuls. But you still ain't ever gonna get no booty. You don't know what I do off stream. You don't know if off stream I turn around to grab a whole handful of cheek. You don't know that. Gang lock you in and up
by accident. You may have been assaulted by an AI song and did not know. On TikTok since 20, you may have been assaulted by an AI song and did not.
You wanted me to unpause, and then this is what I unpaused to? And you said unpause. My eyes burn. What did I just witness? I just witnessed the damn AI getting down on my damn cabinet. What? No. You said unpause. Looks like... Oh.
No. On TikTok since 2025, there's been multiple song trends that went viral that turned out to be AI.
God.
One of the biggest trends was a song called artist named Haven. I can't play it here due to...
Go back 10 seconds.
Yes, you may have been assaulted by an AI song and did not know.
Like, what is the context of this video? What is the context? Like, where do you find this? And how? I bet you, bro, watch out, bro. That's no.
On TikTok since 2025, there's been multiple song trends that went viral that turned out to be AI. One of the biggest trends was a song called I Run by an artist named Haven. I can't play it here due to copyright, but I guarantee at least 90% of y'all probably heard the song on a TikTok. I personally don't know how people like it. It sounds spiritually Israeli to me, but it did blow up. The song has 2.1 million videos made to it just for reference. And when people started complaining, streaming platforms sniped that shit off their platforms, but the damage was done. When people listen to these AI artists, it pushes out all other real artists that make music out there.
Nah, bro, you're caught, bro. Nah, you're caught.
What's trending.
It's done, you're caught. 4K, ultraviolet, 4 eyes seen that.
They either don't know it's AI or don't care because they think it sounds good and they don't really have a problem with it being AI. When the We Are Charlie Kirk song came out, some of them genuinely thought it was a real song and poetic. It also doesn't help that you'll have...
To all the people who thought that was a real song, yeah, in the next 10 to 20 years, you're going to get scammed by AI by the most basic thing. I just know it. Because what do you mean Charlie Kirk, he was on the podium arguing with people back and forth, aka what's it called? A what did they call that shit again? Damn, I forgot what it's called. But long story short, he's mostly paid to argue because of people's opinions, things and that all that nature. And you think that he made a song? Here's some help. Yeah, a debater. I appreciate that. He is what is known as a debater. He literally gets paid to sit up and argue with people all day, every day. Sit up for probably 10, 15 hours on his feet in front of a crowd of people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
have AI artists pull a shadow clone of
and oh yeah,
pop up
he made a song too.
Songs. Because they can release unlimited songs, and you best believe they'll have fans who will listen to it. An AI artist last year named Zanaya Monet charted on the Billboard charts for the first time ever. I fully blame Gen X and Boomers for this because I know this was not Gen Z. I ain't never been in the car and my homie said turn on that Zanaya Monet. If you're in my car and you turn on any AI music, just know we're not getting out that car and that shit's blown up. Believe it or not, she, or should I even call it a she? It's a robot. She signed for $3 million to a record label.
What? $3 million? Hey, Chad, I think I know what we need to get on, dude. We need to go ahead and start pulling out the burner phones and pull up, you know, the things. We got to start making them beats, and we're going to have to go get some AI singers up in there. Bit. $3 million? I'm not even a supporter of AI. $3 million is $3 million. Hey, we're going to have to get up on get to getting.
Yes, the great morality of record labels. Instead of record labels paying their artists a livable wage, they can just buy an AI artist to produce unlimited slop and profits for them. The hilarious thing is, this whole drought of music being dead could be solved by record labels and streaming platforms. A lot of these artists don't feel motivated to make music anymore, knowing they're not going to get paid good from it. Streaming platforms get their cut, then record labels get their cut, and artists get the crumb of that. Because of that, a lot of artists have transitioned to being content creators, because at least that will pay well. Oh, well,
yeah.
It should be for passion, not just profits. I thought that's what art's all about. Yeah, tell that shit to your landlord when you're 3 months late on rent and see what they say. It's simple science. While yes, the artists do love what they do, if they don't get paid fairly in a livable wage, they're gonna have to significantly drop the amount they do. And you can only tour so much in the year to make money, with that not even being a guarantee you'll make enough to survive for the year. So their best bet a lot of times is doing content and maybe streaming to at least have some income to survive. And the last thing I want to talk about is concert pricing. You know how everybody says, oh man, this next summer about to be so lit, we about to be out going to concerts, this 2026 summer gonna go crazy. Yeah, it's the exact opposite this year. We are staying inside for 2026 summer. You're better off navigating the American healthcare system than getting a normal price concert ticket in 2026. Not too long ago, I remember when I was in high school that people would chat with their homies and talk about whatever artist is performing in town, and everyone would save up working their fast food jobs to scrape enough to be able to go to the concert and vibe at it. That was before 2020. That dream is definitely dead now. At minimum for mid-tier artists, you're now paying like $200 for some seats. Every artist for some reason think when touring they're at the level of Michael Jackson to charge absurd prices.
Now, imagine you see Michael Jackson was sitting up here performing and all that junk, right? You know, you had your people that was up there performing. And then now, whenever you see people, I was looking at somebody's concert because, you know, people would like to record the concerts and whatnot, right? Cool. I literally seen a nigga no, it was Dave Blunt. This nigga was literally sitting on a couch in the middle of the stage. And you just paid, like he said, $200 for that ticket just to watch a nigga sit on the couch and sing the same song that you could listen to from your car for free. But nah, you want to go in front of the crowd and watch this nigga sit on a couch. And say, no, bro. No. Like, performances don't even be worth the while no more. Like, whenever Michael Jackson was back here dancing and shit like this was probably worth it, you know what I'm saying? But that, nah, I'm not paying for that. You know what senior assassination is? No, I do not.
They would probably make more too if they price it normally and not insane. I also think this is a direct correlation to why certain artists fall off. They start charging too much and people don't think it's worth it, which kills their momentum over time. If they were smart and know how simple business works, you charge the cheapest prices at the beginning to get people hooked, then slowly up it so the people you got hooked will keep coming. That's either simple business practices or drug dealer practices. I don't know who I got it from, but it's one of those things. It's not just the artist to blame too, it's obviously the ticket vendors as well, who have hands down ruined concerts and made them hell. I don't know if it's just me, I would 100% rather go to how they did it back then when you had to physically buy the ticket at a counter, then wait a week or two for whenever the concert was and use the ticket. At least you weren't getting ripped off by random fees and price raises. Ticketmaster is still the worst at it, and they were getting sued by the government, which started in 2024. So people were cheering and happy, hoping a change could finally be done to the company.
You get a fee for trying to use the website. You get a fee for the fee. You get a fee of $2.50 just for using the website. You get a fee for checkout. You get a fee for the way that you're using to pay it, and a fee for using a card, and a fee for not using a gift card, the fee of the fee for not getting a discount. My nigga, then you come to the total. Instead of it being $200, it's really like $350. Or instead of it being like $200, it mess around and be like $250 because of all the fees you gotta pay. But I got time for that. I was accounting for $200, not $50 more. What the hell? And you know my class that I want to shit. The fuck?
Hoping they could have this terrible company stop their practices and break up their monopoly. But it turns out when you transition presidential administrations, things change. As of March 2026, they finished the lawsuit by paying a settlement and getting a slap on the wrist. 30 states were involved in this lawsuit, by the way. I guess it shouldn't be that surprising. The judge handling it directly said that the outcome was entirely unacceptable, yet they still don't care. We had like one chance to help with this, and now that's probably gone. Other states also didn't accept the outcome, so they decided to keep suing anyways, which is hilarious. You would expect with a federal lawsuit, states like to believe in the system and see it as concrete, so they would just move on. But this move was so stupid and blatantly dumb that states said, hold up. Nah, we ain't done. We run this back. I already talked about dynamic prices before, but that isn't helping also. It should 100% be an illegal practice. The scam is in the name. And a lot of artists also offer VIP packages for their concerts, which are complete cap or ripoffs. You have a normal ticket for like $150, but the VIP package is $500. And for the $500, it includes that you're closer to the stage and get a free food and beverage. Probably a preheated hot dog and a warm Gatorade too. Ain't nobody want that. I don't understand why some artists offer package and they're not at the level
that seems worth it.
Good. Anyways, that's gonna be all. Follow me on Twitter.
I mean, that's kind of worth it, you know what I'm saying? It might just be, you know, just a little bit of you know what I'm saying? It's actually pretty good. $500, you get to sit closer to the artist, you know what I'm saying? Get you a free nice little glizzy, you know what I'm saying? No mustard, no ketchup, no drink. You get a warm Gatorade, you know what I'm saying? No water. You know, you'll be alright. But W video by Tommy NFG. I'll make sure to leave his video link in the description. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you think in the comments.